Okay. All right, guys. So this is change of scenery, little switching it up, seeing where in my apartment I kind of like to do my stuff best. I might honestly rearrange for content, stuff like that. Spice it up a little bit, keep it at least interesting, make the videos a little different from each week. But this video, I've got a really sweaty shirt on right now, so I just got back from the gym. But this video, I'm gonna kind of do an overview of like my past and how I've changed on it. And I mean, you guys can see based on the videos, but overall message of this video is look at the past as growth and don't look back at it as regret. Don't think about the stuff that's happened in your life and like how you could have done that differently and what you could have done to change that moment. It's already passed. You're already way past that. I mean, that could be something you think about 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road. It doesn't really matter. It's already happened. You're already this much further in life, so you can make the best of the situation for what you have. But Nash, no, but there's no point to just sit there and dwell on the past. Um, so kind of just in my own life, I mean, you guys have seen where I've been last couple months, going stuff with that. The or like ending of that relationship that happened. I want to say breakup, but we weren't even dating. Um, and becoming homeless and then doing everything else with that. Um, Nash, will you be quiet? Stop. He's just over there whining. I don't even know if you guys can hear it or not, but it's in the back of my mind. But so yeah, I mean, I've changed a lot in this last month, especially just in this last, I've seen so much growth in the last couple weeks, and I say last month, but everything that's happened has happened in the last couple months, stuff like that. Um, Stop yawning. So and I can just see, and like I've even had people comment in my post like, oh dude, like you've got this new form of confidence, like I don't know where this came from, but I love it. Like people can tell that I'm changing in my life and making it for the better. I see just a difference in just day-to-day act or like um, interactions, just with people that I see, just absolute random people. I went to O'Reilly's. I had people talking to me there. Um, and, you can kind of you get a sense of how other people view you by how they interact with you. That seems kind of obvious, but I mean, just saying it anyways. But people right now are like coming up to me, like being very happy, like very friendly, open to talk, and like last couple weeks, I was just moping around, kind of depressed, not really putting myself first, which is what I need to do right now. Um, and it just wasn't good. So now I can see a for sure definite change. I mean, people kind of look at me, they come up to me, talk to me. The interactions I'm having are way more friendly, way more intimate in the sense of just you're more personable with all of it. That's a good thing. I say I'm changing out how I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm getting better with my content. This is some of the best I've looked in the gym right now, and I'm still only like 165 pounds right now. So this is about last weight I've sat for the last couple of years, but I'm getting more muscle on it. I'm getting more growth on it. I'm figuring out how to work out so much more. I mean, one of the guys I'm working with right now, he's a pretty big gym bro. I say both we're skinnier guys, kind of stuff like that, and so we just talk about the gym all day. Say he was not a scientific lifter at all, and that's kind of where I come from is science-based lifting as well as just gym bro lifting. So I try and incorporate both of those. So I mean, we're having these conversations that are very very high intelligence for bodybuilding stuff like that, and it's not just like circle 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 rock weight push. Um, I mean, we're actually thinking about the contraction of muscles. I'm explaining some of the workouts that I do, stuff like that. And even in that conversation, he's been saying like, oh, I'm gonna have to try that. Like, oh, we're gonna have to work out together so I can see all these different movements. So I can see it in the people I interact with in person daily, how I'm impacting them. We're having these good conversations to build off of each other, something like that. So I hope out of my videos and stuff like that, people are able to get some value out of it. I hope I'm not just putting this out to the choir. My TikTok is kind of like right now the main growth that I'm getting on there. is mostly women. It's literally me just being blue collar, just being who I am. But it's not the atmosphere that I wanted to try and build off of. But growth is good right now for my TikTok account, and then once I get and this is kind of a bad way to do it. I'm not necessarily happy how I'm doing it, but I'm happy about the growth. It's always good to see your numbers going up, and I'm gaining some like pretty loyal people. I'll say there's some people that comment on all of my videos, join the Discord, stuff like that. Message me, kind of like every single story, and like I mean, I do notice all of those things. I say I'm not a crazy big influencer. I'm very small. So I've just started this. We were just sitting in the truck at work today, and we were scrolling through our camera rolls. August 17th, I had 1,500 followers on my TikTok account. Right now, I'm sitting at like 8,000. So I mean, that's not very far away, and I've made growth since then. I've made like 1,000 followers in the last couple weeks, or like 2 weeks, something like that. So it's pretty good to see that growth, stuff like that. I want to focus on the gym, everything with it. Now I'm wanting to focus on religion with that. I'm trying to push out. I just want a narrative of how to be a better man. I've been a piece of shit for most of my life, and now I do want to change that. I'm in the no, I'm trying to change all of that. So that's my goal in life is to be the best man that I can be. I want to be someone that people can look at for guidance. I want to be someone that people actually look to, listen to videos. Say I want to be one of those influencers that isn't just just something to throw on. I want it to be something that's actually informational, whether that's gym related, whether that's construction, working on my vehicle. I mean anything. Going out hunting with my dog, stuff like that. Or if it's just day to day life. I mean, random little things, cooking, stuff like that. I had a father growing up, but he didn't really. He taught me enough to do on my own, and then I had to do the rest of it and figure everything else out on my own in life. I kind of get the sense of having to not really having someone to teach you some of these things. I say I had to learn a lot on my own. I say I learned a lot through construction, stuff like that. There's a lot of mental stuff you can't learn, or people can't teach you. You just have to learn yourself. And so, I missed a social aspect of that because I was always working as a kid. I've been working construction since I was like 13 years old, 12, 13, something like that. I bought my first truck when I was 13 years old. Um, I mean, it's just I had a very different upbringing than most people around the world, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not. That's one of my message. Don't think about the past as regret. Think about it as growth. Um, because of that, I'm a lot higher than most men are. I'm a lot higher than most people are. I say I'm 22, getting ready to turn 23. Most people think I'm about 28, 30 just by my confidence, by my maturity, by my overall knowledge. So I just started at this job. I'm already starting to be one of the higher people up for this company. I've already surpassed some of the people that have been there for a couple of years, and that's based on work ethic. My personal ability to learn quick, and that's stuff that you have to learn just overall trying different things. And I've tried a lot of different jobs. Last couple of years, I've swapped around to everything, and it's all stuff that you can apply to different things. So you can apply the stuff you do in the gym to how you live life, the discipline, the actual grit, the tenacity. You can apply all of that, and all of that can be based off of now what I'm figuring out is religion. Say if you have a strong core belief in religion, you're going to have a strong core belief in life. You're going to have stronger morals. You're going to have stronger characteristics. You're going to be more independently powerful because you have that security. You don't have to wonder about what's happening in life because you can trust that God has a plan for you. Nash, will you shut up? You don't have to have a dog just whining. I really don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I hate when he does that. But otherwise, he'd be running all around. But so I mean, yeah, you can take any principle from the gym, religion, and apply it to life. You see some of the most disciplined people, or you think about even just sports athletes or very successful people. Some of like I see so many videos of them being like, "Oh, how'd this happen? Like, how'd you do this?" And they praise all glory to God. They give glory to the Creator, um, and that's something I've been reading more and more. I just finished Luke. So I'm starting John, or I started John last night, um, and it's just something I'm still trying to gain an overall grasp of what my relationship with God essentially. And everyone has their own different one. I say, I still haven't gone to church. I keep saying in all my videos I'm going to try to. I haven't even researched which church to go to. I don't know if I need to go to the Christian church. I don't know if Catholic, Baptist. I don't know. This is a new journey for me, so I don't really have anyone to go off of with this. So I'm trying to figure out everything on my own while I'm dealing with juggling work. I'm filming this video right now. I'm gonna post it literally right after. I didn't get any sleep last night. I went to bed at about 12, woke up at 5, went into work, got off at 4, just got back from the gym. It's about 7 now. And then I'm going and I have to be to work at 10:30 for an emergency night cut. So I won't even start until 12 p.m. tonight. And then I probably won't get home until about 4 a.m. So this is a very busy time for me. And even with all of that, I'm still able to maintain consistency with my content, stuff like that. So that's one of those discipline things. Every single day after work, I go to the gym. I have made that goal. I have made that set. No matter what, I am going to the gym. I literally would rather be late to work, miss work, than miss the gym. I say because the gym is my overall goal. That's my passion. Fitness is my passion. And that's why I'm trying to do all this. I want to inspire people. I want that to be my full time career because it is truly the only thing I've ever been fully passionate about. I've had a lot of hobbies, stuff like that, and I've kind of thrown them out the window. I've kind of lost interest, stuff like that. But fitness is something I've always kept. And, I was talking to a buddy, and he was saying like, "Oh yeah, like you're in your gym is life phase." He's like, "You'll get out of it." I'm like, "No, dude." I'm like, "You might have, but um, not to say he has or anything like that. I'm not shitting on him if he ends up watching this, but um, I think as an overall consensus, I've gained more from the gym than he has, and just more than 99.999% of people have because it's become a home for me. I haven't had really much family. I haven't had much connection with people, any serious relationships. I've never had a girlfriend. I'm 22. The gym has been the most consistent thing in my life. It's because I've made it consistent. I've made it my life, and it's something I love to do. I say there's such a good community around it, and you can be healthy with it. I want to be healthy. I've done a lot of stupid shit in my past to make me unhealthy, so now I'm trying to be healthy. But I love the overall look. I love the fitness. I love pushing yourself. Your body when you work out releases a chemical that literally uh, like gets rid of depression. Like so you're automatically going to be happier whenever you're working out. So like why wouldn't you want to? So I'm going to start doing runs. Again, so I'll go occasionally just go run 8 miles randomly. So Nash and I will go out and do that. Um, so I mean, I can see my overall growth within the gym, and with that, I can think about everything that's happened in my life. I lived on the cattle ranch. I was working out every single day. I was working fiber, and I still worked out in a hotel gym every single night. It's no matter where I've been, I've always worked out. I was just homeless. Every time I've been homeless, I've still managed to work out. Um, it's one of those things. If you actually make an effort to do it, you will do it. If you look at any successful person, they have a morning routine. So I make my bed every single morning. There's like one day I haven't made my bed, and it just felt off the entire day. And then I got home, I was like, "That's fucking why." I was like, "I literally didn't make my bed." So I have a morning routine, I have a night routine. So I read the Bible every single night. I at least read one page. I'm trying to get myself into a set system. With this job, it is a little hard, but that doesn't matter. I have discipline, so I can make it happen no matter what. That's something maybe in the past I might not have, but now I can see how much I've grown. I can see all of the bad shit that has ever happened in my life. I can see the purpose that God put me through for those reasons. Uh, you know, I was kicked out of my parents' house to be taught how to be independent, um, and not by them, but there's other reasons with all of that. So I was taught to be able to be on my own, so I could go out and make these journeys. So I went to college to meet some people that was very good, and that pushed me into sin. Where I went and worked at the bars. I was doing all this stupid shit. Started doing drugs. Started being an alcoholic. Doing all this bad stuff. Going with different women, and then that pushed me into meeting some other people that are very good, very very good people, you know, that don't do all that stupid shit. And I was the crazy one. I was the wild one. And then that pushed me down to the lake where, you know, I was able to control my drinking, still have fun, learn self control, still go to the gym, you know, get my confidence up. I said my confidence skyrocketed through there. I realized like what I kind of offered, just the overall. And then, you know, moving back to Colombia, it made me realize it was a mistake. So then now I came up here, you know, I tried getting a job, you know, maybe fouled out. So I came down to like some of my last dollars. I said I lost a lot of money, and then now I got this job. So I'm able to work this. I'm able to continue with the gym. And I say now I'm getting some other job offers. I say I'm able to look for other things. I say, um, and you know, I can see kind of a plan of the future. So I have at least a plan of the future, whether it's God's plan or not. It'll be soon to find out. But you know, I'm getting some good growth on everything, and you know, I'm getting more subscribers on YouTube. I'm getting more subscribers on TikTok. You know, more people are watching my streams on TikTok, but on Kick, Twitch, Facebook. You know, I'm monetized on Facebook. I'm figuring out Instagram. I lost 100 followers in a week because I started spamming. So that was really bad. That was a bad thing. That was a blow. That one hurt. But I mean, that's overall journey. I learned to not spam. I learned to use their trial effect. You know, I'm able to use all of these things to my benefit now, and so don't look at failure as actual failure. Look at it as a reason for success. Nash, shut up. Look at it as a reason for success. I say you can take any failure and make a great lesson out of it to never do that again. To control that into your next future. Um, you know, I'm gonna end up posting this video. So I'm kind of at the point where you know these videos I don't necessarily know what to talk about, but you know I'm able to talk to them all. So I think I'm still getting good messages out of all of them. So I'm always curious to hear what you guys think. So if you guys want to leave comments, anything like that, join the Discord. You know, let me know what's going on. Um, you know, I'm thinking about planning on going to the Arnold Classic next year. You know, trying to do some more content-based stuff. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm trying to get some people to do content with, so I can do gym content and like go off with that because it's hard to make content by yourself. It's very doable, but you know, I can only post so many videos of me working out or you know, like posing videos. And like, you know, I look like a douchebag when I do that. I say I got a good physique. I'm happy with it. I'm very proud to show it off because of the hard work I have put in and the growth with I have that. But that's not my whole thing. It's definitely not going to get me views. It's not going to get me the influence that I do want to have. So, you know, I'd like to have entertainment still with it while as well being motivational and inspirational and informational. So that's kind of my goal with everything. So that's this week's video, and you know I'll tell you guys I'm getting surgery in the next couple months, maybe 1 or 2 months. So I'll be out of commission. So you know I'm pre-recording some videos now, stuff like that. I'm getting nose surgery, so I won't be able to work out for a little while. That'll be a very big blow to me. Still try and do as much as I can, try and get back in as soon as I can. But I'll be very careful with all of it, and then I'll document my whole process with that. I'm not afraid to show myself fucked up. So um, but that's this week's video. So hopefully it helps you guys.